LeBron James remains a free agent and at the center of speculation as his latest decision looms. Next season would add to his record 24th season in the league. And Steph Curry was asked today about LeBron potentially joining the Warriors. Here's what he had to say moments ago.
Say more so, I'm interested to just play golf with LeBron. We'll handle the basketball stuff, but I want to see the golf LeBron free agent. He's out here really grinding on the game, but I'm sure, we obviously would love to play together. Hopefully it happens, but he's deserved the opportunity and the right to take his time with the decision.
Steph there at the Celebrity Golf Tournament in Lake Tahoe. No doubt they would love to play together on the course and on the court. Senior insider Shams Charania joins us now. So, we're trying to read all these tea leaves, obviously. But as far as you know, what is the latest with LeBron?
And LeBron James, Rich Paul, they're continuing to sift through the leading contenders, the different options, the different teams that have been pitching Rich Paul over the last week since LeBron James informed the Lakers that he's going to be moving on elsewhere. That includes Golden State, Cleveland, Miami, Philadelphia, Minnesota. What we do know, though, is LeBron James wants to be in a competitive, competing environment. He wants to play meaningful basketball, I'm told, but as far as the timeline, there is no timetable. LeBron James does not appear to be in a rush. The last couple weeks has been a lot of family, friends, and golf for LeBron James. Over the last couple weeks, he spent time in the Ohio area, in Akron. He spent time with his close friends and family. That includes Brandon Weems, his close friend, longtime childhood friend, who is now a leading executive with the Cleveland Cavaliers under President of Basketball Operations, Kobe Altman. And so the golf, the family and friends time, that's continuing this week. Another friend he's going to be spending some time with, my understanding, is Draymond Green. Draymond Green also is a free agent right now. Remember, he declined his $27.7 million player option to try to give the Warriors increased flexibility to go after LeBron James as a free agent, potentially bring in another co-star like an Anthony Davis as well. We'll see what happens with those pursuits over the coming few days and weeks.
He's got a lot of friends. I'll give him that. So we'll see if any of that means anything when it comes to his latest decision. Shams, thank you so much. So we have LeBron at age 41, putting up significant numbers last season. One of just 4 players to average 25 and 5 on 50% shooting, joining Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and Alperen Şengün. His agent, Rich Paul, and Max Kellerman, his co-host, had Bob Myers, who's president of the Sixers ownership group, on their Game Over podcast. And Myers made the pitch for Philly as the best place for LeBron to win.
If he was here, I'd say I honestly believe this is your best chance to win. You have to decide all the other things that are equally important because it's his life, right? He has to play, he has to face the scrutiny of his decision. That'll half people say you should have done this or should have done that, and they'll criticize him for whatever, which is his life. So he's been through all that. What I would just say is, if it's about winning, and that, let's talk about this team because you can win here in Philadelphia.
Brian Windhurst, Dave McMenamin, Chiney Ogwumike here on this day. Wendy, we have the president of an ownership group of a team on a podcast with LeBron's agent, who's effectively not saying anything. This whole scenario just seems so crazy.
So Bob Myers was obviously a teammate of ours at ESPN for a couple of years. I spent a lot of time with him. He's very smart. He knows that right now LeBron is not taking meetings with these teams that are pitching him. So this was Bob Myers' attempt to pitch directly to LeBron James. He was speaking, sure, the audience got to enjoy it and hear it. He wasn't even really speaking to Rich Paul. He was speaking to LeBron James. He was making his pitch to LeBron. You know, in 2010, the meetings came in private and office building. In 2026, they come via podcast. Welcome to the modern era. And look, you don't think podcasts are important in LeBron's world? JJ Redick did a podcast with LeBron and ended up as head coach of the Lakers.
Exactly.
So podcasts can get things done. Bob Myers is very well aware of that. He was speaking to an audience of one, and he got his message across. I don't think any of it was anything LeBron didn't know, but Bob taking the time out was his way of trying to get LeBron to pay attention to the 76ers.
Hey, why not? You're right, JJ. A few glasses of red wine, a couple of podcasts, boom, he's your head coach. Dave, this is your team. I mean, you covered this. You spent all this time with LeBron. I want to say you're also a Philly guy.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's an understatement. Also, he's Philly through and through.
Okay, so maybe you're a Philly guy first, and you're the
Correct.
Lakers guy second. Okay, whatever that means. If you're like sort of drawing lines here, like LeBron and Philly, I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on that.
I can't tell you how many high school teammates, cousins, my brother, other family members have reached out to me in the last 2 weeks saying, is Philadelphia really a possibility? The Philadelphia sports fan would absolutely love LeBron James, especially if he finished the job. There's a 43-year championship drought for the Sixers. It'll be 44 by the time if they hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy in June of 2027. If LeBron was able to see through and make his career 4 different stops with 4 championship trophies, that further cements everything that he's done. On the other side of it, though, it becomes a kind of a desperate move or a move that doesn't match up with his other 3 stops if he doesn't win. Versus he goes to Cleveland, we know there's less pressure to win a championship there. It's about going home. Goes to Golden State, those guys have already won 4 championships. That Bay Area fan base has been spoiled plenty. It would be more about the hang with his friends. Philly, he's got to win.
Okay. Such
like
a
a true
professional. First of all, I want to give Dave a lot of credit because that was his professional pitch. All right.
I don't know.
He
There's a
talked
lot of
about
fan in
the
there.
legacy because that would be iconic, going to another franchise and potentially winning a championship in a place that's maybe not as organic as going to Cleveland or Miami returning home. But I want to talk about the basketball fit because if it's possible, can we throw back that starting 5? Because I'm looking at where you insert LeBron James because LeBron James, this is a team, the Philadelphia 76ers, and this is where it is right now. They were second to last in assists. So you see that backcourt, excellent off the dribble, excellent getting downhill, but they need someone that can pass the rock. No one better than LeBron James being able to fill a hole potentially with their positioning at the forward spot. And obviously the biggest if is Joel Embiid being able to beat on the floor.
Exactly.
When you have Jaylen Brown in the middle of that, what I love is that this is also a boost for them in the mid-range because he's 13th in mid-range jumpers. And so you look at that starting 5. If you can keep Embiid on the floor in a low-pressure situation, knowing that you also have 2 All-NBA guys that you've acquired in one offseason, this is not looking too bad for Philadelphia sports fans.
I just think Embiid is a big if. However, a guy who's played a little over 50% of his games in a Sixers uniform, but given all the possibilities that we heard, and really Sean's named 5 teams, right? At first it was the big 3, and now we've seen the Sixers and Minnesota kind of creep into the teams that we're hearing. How do you like the fit in Philly, Wendy?
Well, I like LeBron's fit everywhere because I've watched him play with hundreds of teammates everywhere he's gone all across the basketball landscape, and he's pretty much been great